Cultivating greater fulfillment, a guide to enhancing well-being. Happiness is not chance, but a skill to be honed. This guide provides key insights and strategies to unlock your greatest joy and satisfaction. By incorporating science-backed techniques into your daily life, you can transcend circumstance to actively shape your experience and realize your brightest future. With intention and practice, a life of deeper purpose, positivity, and peace awaits. The journey begins within. Let us explore the pathway to authentic, lasting well-being. The pursuit of happiness is a universal human experience, though its definition is unique to each individual. Happiness is an elusive state of being marked by positive emotions like joy, contentment, and fulfillment. The keys that unlock happiness for one person may differ greatly from those of another. Ultimately, happiness is a subjective experience that reflects an inner sense of satisfaction and appreciation for life. Though the specifics may vary, all people share the common goal and desire to attain happiness and well-being. The true meaning of happiness is often discussed, but holds different meanings for different people. For some, it refers to a fleeting feeling or mood in the present moment. For others, it relates to a broader, overarching sense of contentment and satisfaction with one's life path. While the specifics vary, most explorations of the topic grapple with the essence of well-being, fulfillment, and meaning derived from life's experiences. The true meaning of happiness is ultimately defined by each person and represents their unique, subjective understanding of what brings genuine joy and peace. Though perspectives may differ, the universal pursuit of happiness and inner fulfillment connects our shared human experience. Since happiness has broad definitions, psychologists and social scientists often refer to subjective well-being when discussing this emotional state. As the name suggests, subjective well-being involves a person's subjective, self-reported evaluation of their life. Rather than an absolute measure, it focuses on an individual's personal feelings and perceptions of their current life satisfaction. Subjective well-being looks beyond momentary moods to encompass more holistic appraisals of one's goals, sense of meaning, and overall positive emotions. It provides an individualistic way of conceptualizing happiness as an inner experience unique to each person. Though abstract and intangible, subjective well-being aims to gauge the extent to which a person feels content and fulfilled in the present. Happiness or subjective well-being hinges on two central factors: our balance of emotions and our satisfaction with life. The emotional component involves the frequency of positive feelings compared to negative ones. Happier people tend to experience more frequent positive emotions like joy and contentment, and less frequent negative emotions like anger or sadness. This effective balance tips towards overall pleasant feelings. The cognitive aspect relates to satisfaction with important life domains. People evaluate their lives in areas like relationships, careers, goals, and personal growth. Happiness arises when appraisals are predominantly favorable, reflecting contentment with one's perceived successes and circumstances. Though abstract concepts, our emotional balance and life satisfaction shape how positively we evaluate our lives and fundamental well-being. These two pillars provide insight into the subjective, personal nature of happiness. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle proposed that happiness is humanity's fundamental goal, the ultimate purpose underlying all other aspirations. He theorized that happiness manifests in four ascending levels: pleasure from momentary gratification, happiness through achievement and superiority over others, happiness from making positive impacts, and finally, happiness through fulfillment of one's potential and purpose. Aristotle saw happiness as the singular human desire, with all other desires simply serving as means to obtain this overriding end. His hierarchical framework positions fleeting hedonism at the bottom, while fulfillment through meaning and virtue represents the highest form of happiness. This seminal perspective recognizes happiness as more than a passing feeling, but rather a holistic state of human flourishing. Aristotle believed happiness could be attained through the golden mean, or finding a healthy balance between extreme deficiency and overindulgence. He taught that true fulfillment emerges from walking the middle path of moderation, avoiding harmful under- or overexpression of emotions and behaviors. Aristotle's golden mean proposes that happiness stems from proportionate living, with too little and too much both being detrimental. This idea suggests that well-being springs from striking the right balance between excess and deprivation in all aspects of life. Moderation and harmony provide the equilibrium from which enduring happiness and human flourishing can emerge. Though deeply subjective, certain universal indicators tend to characterize happiness and well-being. When evaluating personal happiness levels, psychologists look for signs like more frequent positive emotions, a sense of purpose, optimism, self-esteem, resilience, and social connectedness. While the specific components of happiness vary between individuals, these general markers provide insight into a person's overall satisfaction and ability to thrive. The presence of these psychological and social traits reflects a life orientation rooted in fulfillment rather than distress. These discernible cues allow researchers to study the contours of happiness despite its intangible, individualistic nature. Though subjective, researchers have identified key indicators that tend to characterize happiness: a sense of alignment between one's life path and ideals, adaptability and openness to life's changes, contentment with one's circumstances, meaningful interpersonal connections, perceived achievement of goals or personal growth, overall life satisfaction, frequent positive emotions and moods, curiosity and engagement with new ideas, self-compassion and care for one's well-being, appreciation and gratitude, having purpose and meaning, desire to spread positivity to others. While not exhaustive, these signs provide insight into a person's level of fulfillment, resilience, and inner peace. Their presence reflects an orientation towards thriving versus distress. Tracking these markers allows researchers to better understand the contours of happiness across individuals. It is important to note that happiness should not be equated with constant elation or euphoria. Rather, happiness refers to a general predominance of positive emotions over negative ones. It does not mean avoiding all unpleasant feelings and experiences. True happiness involves maintaining an upbeat outlook, even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. While euphoric highs are transient, happiness is better conceptualized as a lasting background sense of positivity, purpose, and hope that outweighs dissatisfaction and distress. This nuanced understanding recognizes that a rich life will contain a spectrum of emotions, both pleasant and unpleasant. Overall happiness emerges when the balance tips towards favoring empowering states like joy, gratitude, and optimism. Happiness does not imply an end to all negative emotions. Even the happiest individuals still experience the full spectrum of human feelings like anger, frustration, sadness, and loneliness. What distinguishes happiness is the ability to weather difficult emotions with an underlying outlook of hope and resilience. When faced with distress, happy people retain a sense of optimism that discomfort will pass, that they have the strength to cope, and that positivity will return. This buoyancy allows them to engage productively with negative emotions rather than be dominated by them. While hardships and unpleasant feelings inevitably arise, happiness provides an inner foundation from which to navigate challenges and restore positive emotional balance. For happy people, positivity remains the prevailing state that outweighs temporary troubles. Varieties of well-being and happiness. Philosophers have proposed various frameworks for conceptualizing happiness. The ancient Greek thinker Aristotle differentiated two major forms, hedonia and eudaimonia. Hedonia represents happiness attained through pleasure, enjoyment, and immediate gratification of desires. This type of fleeting happiness provides momentary delight, but lacks deeper meaning. Eudaimonia refers to lasting fulfillment stemming from purpose, virtuous action, and realizing one's human potential. Aristotle saw eudaimonia as the highest form of happiness and the true goal of human life. This seminal distinction contrasts gratification-based happiness with a more substantial type rooted in self-actualization and living with virtue. The bifurcation highlights differing qualities of well-being, laying groundwork for rich philosophical dialogues on the essence of happiness. In modern psychology, hedonia and eudaimonia are analogous to pleasure and meaning as components of happiness. Recently, psychologists have proposed adding engagement as a third element, representing feelings of commitment and involvement. Studies show the happiest individuals tend to rate high in eudaimonic life satisfaction based on meaning and purpose, and above average in hedonic satisfaction from pleasure. This suggests the most fulfilled people experience happiness through both pleasurable experiences and meaningful pursuits that actualize their human potentials. Balancing engagement, pleasure, and meaning allows for a richer, more multi-dimensional experience of happiness and well-being. While subjective, pleasure, meaning, and engagement all contribute to comprehensive happiness. The relative value and combinations vary by individual. Certain activities like hobbies may provide all three elements of happiness. Others may be more pleasurable than meaningful, while some meaningful pursuits like charity work may not elicit much pleasurable emotion. There is no formula. Each person must determine which balance of pleasure, purpose, and participation affords them the greatest sense of fulfillment and well-being. Exploring these dimensions allows people to craft a personalized conception of happiness tailored to their own values and interests. The balance between pleasure, meaning, and engagement depends on the activity and individual. For instance, volunteering for a meaningful cause might provide high levels of purpose but less momentary pleasure. Conversely, passively watching a favorite TV show may rank lower on meaning, but provide more immediate enjoyment and relaxation. An avid painter might experience all three elements while engrossed in a creative work. There is no universally optimal mix. The key is mindfully choosing activities that resonate with one's values and enhance subjective well-being, whether through pleasure, meaning, or engagement. Personalized combinations of these three components allow people to tailor happy lives in alignment with their passions and interests. Happiness can manifest in diverse forms that align with pleasure, meaning, and engagement. Joy, short-lived positive feelings in the present moment. Excitement, eager anticipation for future experiences. Gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness. Pride, satisfaction in accomplishments. Optimism, a positive, uplifting perspective. Contentment, an abiding sense of satisfaction and peace. Additional varieties include wonder, inspiration, thrill, bliss, and serenity. By exploring different types of positive emotions, people can gain a nuanced understanding of happiness that encompasses fleeting pleasures, enduring fulfillment, and mindful engagement. Identifying one's own unique happiness profile allows for greater life satisfaction. Fostering well-being and fulfillment. Cultivating greater well-being. While some naturally possess a happier disposition, there are strategies anyone can use to foster a deeper sense of fulfillment. Seek meaning, not just success. Setting intrinsically motivated goals focused on personal growth and contributing to others is more enriching than chasing extrinsic rewards like fame or money. Research reveals pursuing meaningful aspirations leads to more sustainable happiness than focusing solely on status or wealth. Savor the present. Studies show people often become so fixated on achieving goals they lose joy in the process. Avoid mindlessly chasing accomplishments. Instead, practice gratitude for what you have now and find fulfillment in each step of the journey. Reframe thoughts optimistically. When negativity arises, consciously reframe pessimistic perspectives with a lens of optimism and possibility thinking. Seek positive reinterpretations that uplift your outlook. Additional techniques like nurturing relationships, practicing self-care, engaging in enjoyable hobbies, and adopting an attitude of resilience also help cultivate happiness. Discovering personalized strategies that elicit positive emotions, purpose, and engagement can help sustain a rich life of fulfillment. Humans possess a natural negativity bias, causing greater focus on bad over good experiences. This instinct manifests in many ways, from heightened risk aversion when making choices to forming overly critical impressions of others. The tendency to discount the positive, a cognitive distortion where people dismiss the good and fixate on the bad, also fuels pessimistic thinking. While evolutionarily adaptive, negativity bias and related thought patterns now undermine happiness in modern times. Awareness of this innate predisposition provides the opportunity to consciously reframe perspectives. Seeking positive interpretations despite instinctive negative perceptions can foster optimism essential for well-being. Tempering our natural tendency towards the bad with more balanced thinking helps overcome cognitive obstacles on the path to happiness. Reframing negative perceptions does not entail blindly disregarding the bad. Rather, it involves cultivating a more balanced, realistic outlook on life events. This allows recognition of habitual thought patterns, creating opportunities to consciously challenge pessimistic biases as they arise. The goal is to temper the instinct to focus only on the negative by also acknowledging the positive elements of each situation. Seeking this middle ground perspective provides a constructive alternative to either ignoring unpleasant realities or fixating on the dismal. With practice, balanced thinking can become an adaptive cognitive habit, providing a solid foundation for sustaining everyday happiness. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, please subscribe now and click the notification bell as well. This allows us to notify you when we release new videos on the latest tips and insights to help you in your path to happiness. Subscribing is completely free, and it really helps support us to continue creating videos. All you have to do is click the red subscribe button below this video and then click the bell icon next to it to turn on notifications. That's it. We strive to help you understand your happiness and moods. By subscribing and enabling notifications, you help us continue growing and improving the channel. So if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe and click the notification bell. The benefits of well-being. Happiness provides multi-dimensional advantages that enhance health, resilience, and longevity. Positive emotions increase life satisfaction and fulfillment. Happiness builds coping abilities and inner strength. Positivity correlates with better physical health and longer lifespan. Those experiencing more frequent positive versus negative emotions are more likely to survive over time. Happier people demonstrate greater resilience in managing stress and overcoming challenges. For instance, positive mental states are linked to lower cortisol levels. Individuals reporting high well-being tend to practice healthier behaviors like eating well and exercising. Happiness may bolster immunity and reduce illness susceptibility. In summary, cultivating positivity has demonstrated impacts on psychological, social, and physical flourishing. From strengthening relationships to forging neural pathways for resilience, the benefits of happiness span across life domains. Prioritizing well-being emerges as an evidence-based pathway to living fully and thriving. Cultivating greater happiness. While some possess innate high positive affect, pursuing activities for greater life satisfaction is within anyone's ability. Research on twins indicates genetics account for approximately 50% of happiness. External circumstances contribute another 10%, leaving 40% stemming from individual actions. This suggests our happiness baseline is malleable through intentional effort. Even the most positive individuals experience temporary downturns. Lasting fulfillment requires actively nurturing well-being. By incorporating happiness-boosting strategies into everyday life, we can transcend our set point to reach new heights of purpose and positivity. With commitment to personal growth, inner peace and life satisfaction become accessible to all. While happiness arises partially from within, it is also a skill to be honed. Making fulfilling choices empowers us to become the authors of our own enduring joy. Build meaningful connections. Relationships are fundamental to happiness and health. Research reveals positive social ties are the strongest predictor of well-being. Caring bonds provide resilience against stress, improve physical vitality, and promote life satisfaction. The Harvard study of adult development followed participants over 80 years. This longitudinal analysis found relationship quality and fulfillment profoundly impacted long-term wellness. Prioritizing meaningful connections counters natural isolation tendencies in modern life. Setting aside dedicated time for loved ones, opening up and sharing feelings fosters deeper intimacy. Seeking kindred spirits who uplift also expands social resources for joy. By cultivating nurturing relationships, we tangibly invest in lifelong fulfillment. For those seeking greater happiness, nurturing social connections provides a powerful starting point. Consider setting aside quality time to strengthen existing relationships on a deeper level. Open up, share feelings, and display interest in loved ones' lives. Also explore avenues for making new friends who share uplifting interests and values. Counteracting modern isolation requires intention and effort, but the rewards of cultivated companionship are well worth the investment for substantially boosting well-being and life outlook. Solid social ties ground us during good times and bad, providing a cornerstone for sustainable fulfillment. Incorporate regular exercise. Physical activity benefits both physical and mental health. Regular exercise correlates with improved mood, reduced depression risk, and greater overall happiness. Analysis of past research reveal a consistent positive association between physical activity and well-being. Exercise elicits neurotransmitter release and neurogenesis in brain regions linked to positive affect and resilience. It also provides opportunities for social connection, achievement, and self-care. Aiming for 30 minutes of moderate exercise daily can profoundly impact outlook, but any movement, from walking to dancing, boosts energy and spirits. By making physical activity an intentional part of everyday life, we actively invest in our happiness and cultivate habits of lifelong wellness. The positive effects emerge even from minimal activity. Individuals exercising just 10 minutes daily or once weekly demonstrate greater happiness than those remaining sedentary. This suggests we need not dedicate hours to receive well-being benefits. A single brief workout lifts mood and provides a sense of accomplishment. Building regular short activity sessions into daily routines produces cumulative improvements over time. Small starts have value. A 10-minute walk increases energy as effectively as a 2-hour hike. By creatively fitting physical activity into each day, we tap into an essential yet easily accessible happiness-boosting strategy. Even minor efforts make meaningful strides when maintained consistently. Cultivate gratitude. Studies demonstrate that practicing gratitude consistently lifts mood and outlook. In one experiment, participants journaled nightly for 10-20 minutes about either gratitude, daily irritations, or neutral events. The gratitude group experienced boosted positive emotions, happiness, and life satisfaction. Maintaining a gratitude list is an uplifting yet simple well-being strategy. Set aside a peaceful moment each evening to write down or reflect on life's gifts, from dear friends to good health. Over time, this reflection reframes perspectives to appreciate blessings we otherwise take for granted. Seeing life through a lens of gratitude compounds happiness by highlighting the positive amidst the everyday. With this thoughtful ritual, we recall how fortunate we are and attract more reasons for appreciation into our lives. Discover meaning and purpose. Research shows having purpose and meaning strongly correlates with well-being and life fulfillment. Purpose provides direction, guiding values, and contributing to a sense that life matters. Those with purpose often demonstrate healthier behaviors as well. There are many pathways to cultivating purpose. Exploring interests and passions, engaging in altruism, addressing injustices, learning continuously. While influenced by many factors, purpose can also be intentionally forged through finding meaningful goals and taking actions that align with personal values. The specific cause is unique to each individual, but dedicating oneself to purposes beyond the self provides a sense of significance and positive contribution. By continually growing through purpose, we structure our transient lives around timeless sources of meaning. Obstacles to happiness. The quest for happiness can falter by overvaluing superficial rewards. Careful discernment is needed to avoid misguided paths. We often seek happiness through materialism, but research reveals purchasing experiences elicits more joy than things. Buying time-saving services also increases well-being versus material goods. Happiness emerges from rewarding activities, not status, yet social messaging frequently links success to wealth and possessions. Transcending these false ideals requires mindful assessment of personal values. Lasting fulfillment springs from intrinsic aspirations, but our consumer culture pushes extrinsic goals like money and fame. Redirecting efforts towards meaningful experiences, relationships, and growth is essential. With self-awareness, we can identify fulfilling choices rather than pursuing empty rewards. Neglecting social connections. Perceived social support profoundly influences happiness, with research linking it to 43% of individual well-being. Having trusted confidence provides an emotional safety net when facing life's challenges. Yet modern life often leads to social isolation. Busyness detracts from meaningful connections as we focus on individual goals. However, our fundamental need for companionship remains unmet. The quality of relationships matters more than quantity. A few close friendships outweigh multitudes of casual acquaintances. Establishing intimate bonds requires vulnerability and care. Rushing interactions won't foster the trust and understanding needed for fulfillment. By thoughtfully nurturing our social circles, we attract people that uplift us. Our lives intertwine with loved ones, weaving a community that supports us through hard times and multiplies our joys. True happiness resides where we feel secure, accepted, and valued by those who matter most. Viewing happiness as a destination. Happiness is not a final destination, but an ongoing journey requiring constant care. Those who value happiness highly tend to feel less satisfied overall. By turning well-being into an elusive endpoint, contentment remains perpetually out of reach. Each day presents new choices to nurture fulfillment. No ultimate state of bliss exists to permanently solve happiness. Well-being fluctuates, requiring maintenance through good times and bad. Reframing happiness as a lifelong endeavor provides more realistic expectations. Fulfillment emerges from practicing gratitude in the moment, not grasping after dreams. We can extract meaning from ordinary moments if we pay attention. Rather than demanding continuous euphoria, we can accept contentment as an ever-changing process. By letting go of rigid expectations, we open ourselves to happiness wherever we are. Our journey continues, but we carry fulfillment within each step. The takeaway is to avoid targeting happiness as an abstract objective. Well-being is too complex for simplistic pursuit. Instead, focus on actively building a life aligned with personal values, one filled with meaningful relationships, growth-oriented goals, and fulfilling days. Tend carefully to the parts of life that nourish your spirit. Seek out small joys, appreciate loved ones, and broaden your horizons. Fulfillment will blossom naturally from a life well lived in the present. By thoughtfully shaping days that resonate with who you are, you manifest sustainable contentment without demanding elusive happiness from life. Each of us holds the power to cultivate inner peace and purpose. Our essential well-being is derived from how we choose to live. Additionally, reflect on your unique definition of happiness. Well-being is profoundly personal, holding diverse meanings for each individual. Consider what fulfillment and contentment look like in your life. The specifics will differ from conventional notions. With introspection, identify your core values and what matters most. Then focus on incremental steps to align daily life with your singular vision of happiness. Small changes build over time. By tailoring your path to your own ideals, you transform nebulous goals into defined milestones, supporting lasting satisfaction. Defining happiness for yourself allows for nuanced, meaningful pursuits that resonate on a deeper level. There are many routes to well-being. Only you can determine the most fulfilling for your life's journey. The history and science of happiness. The pursuit of happiness holds an esteemed place in human history. This inalienable right was enshrined in the U.S. Declaration of Independence, reflecting its recognized importance for well-being. Yet the understanding of happiness has evolved over time, as psychologists have developed scientific frameworks for studying it. Early theories emphasized universal human needs and motivations. Maslow's hierarchy. This seminal model arranged needs from basic physiological ones up to self-actualization at the peak. It suggests people seek to fulfill increasingly complex psychological needs after meeting more basic ones. Self-actualization represents achieving one's full potential associated with profound well-being. Other theories also emerged, shifting focus to cognitive processes and adaptation. These include positive psychology. This modern branch of psychology centers on understanding human strengths and happiness. Whereas psychology traditionally focused on dysfunction, positive psychology investigates how people can lead more fulfilling lives. This perspective examines constructs like optimism, motivation, creativity, and emotional intelligence. It develops interventions to foster well-being for individuals and communities. For instance, positive psychologists study activities that elicit positive emotions, boost resilience, and impart a sense of meaning. With roots in humanism, this field aligns with Aristotle's vision of realizing human potential. It adopts a holistic biopsychosocial lens to identify conditions enabling people to thrive. Research in positive psychology provides an expanding science-based understanding of the happiness experience. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, please subscribe now and click the notification bell as well. This allows us to notify you when we release new videos on the latest tips and insights to help you in your path to happiness. Subscribing is completely free, and it really helps support us to continue creating videos. All you have to do is click the red subscribe button below this video and then click the bell icon next to it to turn on notifications. That's it. We strive to help you understand your happiness and moods. By subscribing and enabling notifications, you help us continue growing and improving the channel. So if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe and click the notification bell. We greatly appreciate each and every new subscriber. You all make this possible. Thank you for watching and for your support.